Hey guys, it's been quite some time now since I've seen you last. I think my last video was almost 2 months ago now, somewhere in the end of July. So lots happened since my last video. Just gonna be a life update, kind of get ready with me at like 3 in the morning. I think it's about 3 in the morning. It might be like 3:30. Oh shit, it's like the witching hour. I might get haunted, guys. I've got a bunch of products from like the last 2 months of BoxyCharm that I didn't do for my channel, so I'm gonna do it today. I'll show you guys everything that I have and like tell you prices, but it's gonna be minimal editing in this video. Minimal actually makeup talk probably, just because a lot's happened in my life and I'm probably gonna go on for a little bit. I'm gonna have a very detailed explanation of everything that's happened on my OnlyFans, so if you want to hear the most detailed version of today's stories, go on my OnlyFans. It's only $4.99 a month. I'm gonna start uploading on there again too, promise you guys. So I figured I'd go through some of the things that I don't plan on using in today's video first, just so we can get them out of the way and off my mind right now. So first off, this QMS Medi Cosmetics Active Glow Tinted Day Cream. This is $105. So very expensive. I will just quickly show you guys what it looks like. I doubt it'll be my color. Nothing I ever use that I just randomly get out of a box is ever my color, really. Oh my god, it's taking forever. Okay, there we go. Oh yeah, maybe it's all the glowy stuff in it, but there's no way. Yeah, no fucking way. This is me like at the very end of summer, if I've had like a really active summer, and I mean active summer. I never get this tan. Like, it's kind of close to my neck-ish, but you would definitely tell. It kind of has a weird smell to it. Kind of lotion-y. I don't know how to describe the smell. What is this smell? Anyways, I don't care. This is definitely not going to be something that's ever going to work for me, because even when it is summer, I hardly go outside anyways. Quarantine really hasn't changed much for me. And it was from this BoxyCharm, by the way. The Spa Glamping Sunbathe Yoga Summer. It's a really shitty, sorry BoxyCharm, but it's pretty shitty. Whatever month this one is. I don't remember which one is which month. Y'all gotta figure that one out yourself, I'm sorry. Here's the next product. I gotta kind of hold it a little bit funny for you to kind of see it. But it's this Clean Skin Club Vitamin C Brightening Booster. It's a watermelon, green tea, and pineapple. It's from this BoxyCharm Sunshine. I like this card a little bit better. And this is $49.95, so fairly expensive as well. Ooh, I didn't open it ever, but this bottle is really pretty. Very minimalistic, but I love the ombre effect. And that it's slightly clear, so you'll know when you run out. Next up, I got this Milk Makeup Cooling Water Eye Patches, and they are $22, but it's just cute little milk packages, and there's 6 of them in here. And this is the last product that I'm not using. They are the Creme Shop Next Gen Blender Set. These guys are also $22. I'm gonna compare them real quick to a normal beauty blender. I think you can kind of see it, but this one has a slight marbled effect to it and has a weird slanty shapes to it. Fairly soft and pretty dense. And this one's a little more traditional with a slant in it. And here's my dirty beauty blender that I got. So these guys are definitely a little bit bigger. These ones are more dense while this one's a little bit more squishy. Don't know how I'm gonna like these ones. I am usually pretty picky, but they feel really soft, so I think I'm gonna like them anyways, just because they're really soft. So like I said, this is it for the stuff I'm not gonna use. I'm gonna get my kitty ears on and we're gonna try on some makeup now. So I figured it would be most important to open up the brushes first. I'm like half excited that I got these Morphe brushes. The only reason why I'm not is because I've heard that after a while Morphe brushes don't feel all that great. Which I know how that is. Like, I have an old Sephora brush that I have, and it was really soft when I first got it, and it felt really great. And now it kind of feels like you're stabbing yourself in the eye a little bit, and it's totally wonderful. And I've heard that Morphe brushes do that after some time. Now I'm finally gonna see for myself. Definitely kind of like everything you need set. Angled brush for brows or liner. You got your packing brush. You got a nice big fluffy brush, and you got a smaller fluffy brush. If you ever need like 4 to 5 very basic brushes just for your eyes, this is pretty much it. Maybe you need like a really thin one if you want to do some very thin liner. And for all 4 of these, it's only $12. Let's see. It does already feel fairly pokey compared to some brushes that I've used before. This one feels pretty good. And so does this one. And this one too. So this guy right here feels weird. So this next one I'm actually going to use. It's the Ace Beauty Bronzed in Paradise palette, and it is $30. I know it says Bronzed in Paradise, which is usually like very tropical, but this gives me very fall vibes. Like, it's very fall colored. Here are the colors. As you can see, it's got a little bit of a mirror, and these are very warm tone, especially compared to what I usually go for. I try to stay very neutral usually when I usually pick out my own things to like contour with. Just a personal preference, so probably going to be more so a summer product for me. But let's try it out. I'm going to do the lightest color, and I've got this like foundation brush that I'm just going to use to contour my nose. Real quick, let me do a small dab on each side so I can go a little bit more heavy. Oh, there we go. Now I went a little too heavy. See, happens every time. You try to go gentle and then you try to go just a little bit more, and that ends up being way too much. So while I contour, I'll start telling you guys about one of the major things that's going on in my life. It doesn't even seem anywhere near as major to the second thing going on in my life right now. Like, I honestly don't give a fuck about the first thing. I could care less right now. Almost. Just almost. I get a couple of different pains in my back. One, my lower back, it's a chronic pain. Comes back every so often, especially if I've been really lazy and haven't been doing anything. One of the main reasons why I've definitely been trying to lose a lot more weight and be more active in my life, but Rona's fucked that up. But the weight I've lost has definitely helped it quite a bit, so it doesn't happen anywhere near as often. And then I get a second pain, which you'll find out in a bit has nothing to do with any kind of injury or anything. It's all in my head. I know it makes me sound crazy, but we'll get there. I feel like I could go a little bit darker than just this lightest one, to be honest. I don't know. I'm feeling like being a little more snatched. There we go. I want the next one up. A little bit better about that. Back to the story. So the second pain that I get, it starts right in the middle of my back, maybe slightly above the middle of my back. And it feels like a continuous stabbing pain, for the most part, continuous. And it develops and becomes a rib pain, like my ribs are being squished into themselves and crushed. And then all that makes me extremely nauseous. And it's all because my brain is going crazy. But anyways, that one kind of been a pain that's happened very occasionally for the last few years. So I thought it might be like tied into my lower back pain or something, but I kind of had a feeling that it was more of a mental pain, like a anxiety stress pain, or possibly something worse. God forbid it would have been something worse. And that pain lasts for like, first time I had it lasted like 5 hours. Now it can last easily 15 to 20 hours, and it's fucking great. And it happened twice in 1 week, so that second time it happened, I was just so fed up that I decided to go to the ER, which was kind of scary considering we're in a pandemic, but there was like hardly anyone in the ER area. They're fairly separate from the normal area. They ended up doing a bunch of scans and all that, and there's no injury, no nothing. They were afraid I had a ripped aorta, which is fucking scary. I went and talked to my general practitioner after this ER trip because they had to check in with me, obviously. And she knew one person who survived it. And it was a fucking miracle that they survived it. So I was like, oh, thank God that was never my issue. The only thing that came out of this whole ER experience was my blood pressure. So I am currently on a low dose, high blood pressure medication to try and lower it, and I'm gonna see how that goes for the next year. And that's when I gotta hit up my doc. So I compared my symptoms to I'll just say a close family member. I don't want to like out all my family members and their problems because trust me, almost every single one of them has one. Compared to them, it's like 95% the same. So it's just an anxiety pain or like an anxiety attack. I've been calling it anxiety attack back pain just to differentiate it from my normal back pain. I got this palette to try again by Butter London, which I was very happy with the last one I got, so hopefully I'm going to be just as happy with this one. This one's the Teddy Boy palette. It's got 9 colors. Here's what the back looks like. It shows off the colors. I opened it up once just so I could make sure everything was okay, like I do with everything that I get. I always make sure everything's okay before I do a video. They look very, very brown here on the back, but when you open it up, they're very purple toned, so. And this is $28. Here's what it looks like in the front. Here's the back. Of course, cruelty free. Love it, love it. And it's one of those tri-folds. So, protective covering. So it has one mirror, and then on this side it says, "Looking good, darling." But definitely looks slightly more purpley blue toned than the back of the packaging shows. But they're very pretty. I like them. If you have blue eyes, this would be perfect for you. I'm going to start off with this color here called Nigel and smear it all over my eyeballs. And I'll start on with my next story, which has happened slightly more recently. Got a little less information. It's the one thing I don't want to talk about, so if I seem like I'm trying to stall, it's because I am. Russell's come to say hi, everyone. Come here. Oh, my big boy. He's come to say hi and beg me for food. He's not a very good therapy kitty unless he's hungry. And then he's like, "I'll do anything you want, just give me food." Look how fat you are. You don't need any more. Wow. While we're continuing to stall for time, stop rubbing up against my tripod and making my camera shake. Thank you. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but he did. Painted my nails recently. My first time doing like a dabby, spongy gradient shit. Decently happy with how they turned out for it being my first time. Wow. What do you want? He's not gonna let me go, guys. Like, I went and fed him. He's not letting me go. What is your issue? You just want to be in today's video? So the next color I'm going to go into is this one right here called Simon. Simon color is not very dark. You know what? I think I'm going to use this color right here, this bluey color called Freddy. Now that I've stalled for long enough, very shortly after I came out of the hospital, and I was even planning on coming back already. Like, I was like, okay, so what am I going to do for my next video? And all that, and I find out that my grandmother has lung cancer. Isn't that fucking fantastic, guys? For those of you who don't know me personally, this grandmother, I call her Nana. She is my dad's mother, and his parents have always been my second set of parents. And so I'm really not happy about everything going on right now, to put it lightly. So she recently had a biopsy and all that, and she's gonna talk to a surgeon and get a date and all that set up, and we're gonna figure out what's gonna be done later. But for right now, what we know is she has lung cancer. She needs to get it out. She's got a mass in her lung the size of a grapefruit, and it's taken a heavy toll on my stress, which my doctor specifically told me to lower my stress as one of the things we're supposed to do. Isn't it great? No, like the most stressful thing ever is happening. This blue is a little more gray toned than I thought it would be. It's like a periwinkle gray blue. It's very interesting. I like it. I'm gonna go into this dark blue called Rupert here. Just a little bit to darken up my crease. Don't want to talk anymore, to be honest. Maybe that's more of a gray. Yeah, I looked at it funny. It's more of a black. It's not a super duper crazy pigmented one. It's probably more of like a charcoal gray. That's really all I feel comfortable talking about anyways for now. I'll definitely keep you guys posted. So next up is this Studio Makeup Endurance Cream eyeshadow. It's $25. It's in the color pink. Wonderful name choice. Really sparkly. Doesn't look all too pink. It looks like it's got some pink glitter and like some gold glitter Doesn't look like it has much of like a tint to it at all. It seems like it's all glitter, so I'll put a little bit of Simon on my lid just to darken it up a little and give it... Hey you! My cat is messing with a bag on the floor. And then I'll put the glitter on top of it, and hopefully this will help it tie it together a little better. Just gonna start dabbing it on, and then I kind of tap it in with my finger. That's usually how I do these more glittery ones first. And then apply more. That is my cat rudely exiting very loudly. But anyways, that's how I get my glittery stuff to look a little bit more blended. Gotta make sure you tap it out at least a little bit on the edges. I don't feel like I like this one very much compared to some that I've used. I feel like it's all just coming off on my finger. The ones I like don't tend to do this. Plus this says it's a cream eyeshadow, and not a lot of pigment to it, and there's a lot of glitter to it. So not my most favorite thing out of the box, I'll say that. And my eyeshadow is definitely coming off on this brush. If you can't tell, rub it on my hand enough, it'll come off. But if you can see, it definitely doesn't look all that pink. Definitely very gold though. If I was like putting it over another gold color, or like a rose gold, it's more rose gold. I'll say that. More rose gold. So they should have called it like rose or rose gold or some shit instead of fucking pink. So we're gonna finish with the eye. So we're finishing off the eyeshadow now with this color right here. It's called Archie. Not as pretty on the face as I thought it was gonna be. It's a little bit of a shimmer, but not too much. So the last product that I got to try out for the eyes is this Rockin' Cosmetics Big Fat Liner, and it retails for $25, so you better be a good fucking liner if you want people to spend $25 on you. Oh, that's interesting. Double capped. It's a fat pen, dude. Back of my hand, because that doesn't have any product on it yet. That's not too bad. Seeing a little bit more. Oh, there we go. Now that it's going, it's covering much better. It's pretty good though. I think I'm gonna like it. Maybe very fat, but it's got a very, very thin tip. Sounds very disturbing, so don't put that into any context, please. For the start of a wing liner, that was relatively painless. I know my second one is gonna be worse, because it always is. But just saying, first impressions, that's pretty nice. It doesn't feel overly wet either, which I like. Some feel like you're literally putting paint on your face and you have to wait for it to dry. But I think that looks pretty good. Just found out that you absolutely have to have this little plastic thing to be able to put it back on. Just an FYI, so don't lose it right away like I almost just did. I'm gonna finish off my eye look and I'll be back to test out the lip product for you guys. And then we can end today's video because I'm mentally exhausted. I don't want to talk about anything in this video anymore, and I want to get it over with. I promise you guys the next week's video is going to be better. I'll be a little bit more lively because I won't have to be talking about any of this anymore, or at least not for a while. Howdy y'all, I'm back, and we're on to the last step of today's look before we end off on today's video. Will say this, I do really like that liner. Happy I got it because I've been needing some recently and I just haven't gotten any. You can see like a little bit of the glitter underneath it, very minimal compared to some pens I've used. So if that's like an issue for you and you know one that like completely covers it, then stick with what you got. But if you don't mind a tiny bit, then this is pretty good and I look pretty good. I was rubbing at this and this is not gonna come off. I got a little bit off when I scratched at it with my nail, but that's about it. You're not gonna do that to your eyes, of course. I hope not. Please, dear God, don't tell me you scratch at your eyes with your nails. So we got this guy right here, the Alamar Cosmetics Birthday Suit Lip Gloss, and it retails for $15. Looks like it's got a little bit of purple, pink, and gold glitters in it. Let's see how it looks like. Ooh, that snap. Ooh, it smells really good. The usual smell that lip products have, vanilla-y, kind of cupcakey scent. That's So it looks like it has a little bit of a tint to it. Pretty much like the perfect kind of my nude color lips, but maybe slightly pinker. It's a thick girl though. Not sticky though, which is good. Please excuse my hair, by the way. This is like the end of day 2, so it's looking real messy. Gonna wash it tomorrow, so fuck it. Wow. Wow. He still wants to be in the video, guys. Oh, my big boy. So now that today's video is finally done and over with, here's the lesson of today. Take care of your mental health, 1, or you'll end up with high blood pressure. Probably also because I've been fat most of my life, but stress does it too. And 2, don't smoke because you'll get lung cancer. At least tobacco. I don't know about weed. Y'all know me, you know I smoke weed. That's never been proven to give lung cancer or anything. Hopefully no lung cancer develops because of weed ever. Never been proven because we've never tested it for long enough. Anyways, this isn't a weed video. Just don't smoke cigarettes, kids. And if you really want to be cautious, just don't smoke at all. That's another amazing choice to also take. And make sure you guys do all that because I love you and I want you to stick around for a really long time. If you guys want to see more from me, all of my social medias are linked down below in the description. And make sure, if you haven't already, to subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell to make sure you're actually notified of my videos when they're uploaded. Love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.